Okay, so good morning and welcome to the session again. And this session is actually based on the SQL views and store procedures. And if we have some enough time left with us, then we will go with the Power BI. So we are going to start the Power BI today itself. It depends, how we go further. Because just we creating the views and creating the store procedures and function is not a big task, so probably it will not take much time. Let's just start the session, and if you have any question prior to that, we can discuss it. Anything if you want to discuss.
No, sir, we can start. So let's.
Okay, so now we can start. We have now learned SQL statement. We have seen in the previous session that how we can use the SQL statement like DL, DML, and DCL, DQL we have used there. Yeah. And but what is problem? The problem is there is, you know, many of the times we need the same code, right?
Yeah.
So how if we do something and this code will be saved somewhere, right? So writing the same SQL query every morning, what do you think? Wouldn't it be better if SQL remember our code? Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
just how much idea or how much knowledge do you have, for views?
Sir, I have a idea about View, but I have never created it. In a practical, even the in the practical scenario, I've never created the View.
Okay. So I will just let you know how you can create the view first, and then probably we can proceed towards, creating the store procedures.
Mm-hmm.
Store procedure is something which is to run the reusable program. So
Yes, sir.
if I say, okay, I have some view created, I want to run this view. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
probably 1, 2, 3, 4 view if you want to run one by one. So, running the view manually is something different. Uh, what we can do instead is to create a program which can run the view in a sequence. Yeah, maybe you have some tasks you have to run first view, then second view, the third view, something like that. Correct? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
clear. So
Yes.
let's go inside the data warehouse and try to create some view first. And always remember one thing that from the best practices point of view, whenever you have a complex query, right, that takes time to write the code, right? So let's say that we have to, let me just go inside the schema and open the sales table, then you can discuss. Okay, as of now, do we have any view? No. Okay. So click on table and let's say for the sales, right? So if I say, okay, that we need only few columns, just like order ID, order date, or something like that, right? We just need few columns. Here we have order number, order date, product code, customer ID, quantity ordered, price each. So let's say that we have a simple view where we have to, generally we have a simple requirement, right? So we just need to write a query. We just need write a query, to pull only few columns. Let's say order number or probably order date, product code, and the customer ID. Few of the columns. Say, you can just imagine a scenario where we have more than 30 columns, yeah, in the table,
Yes.
and we just need few of the columns
Yeah.
without any condition. Simple, just select from this table, and you have the column order number, order date. So we can write a simple query like select order number, comma order date, comma product code, comma customer ID from this table. That's a simple query, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without any clause, yeah, and without any new additional, requirement. So in that case, you do not need to write the view because it's a simple query. You can write it anytime, right?
Yeah.
But most of the time, what we have to do, we have to write a complex, query with the business logics. So let's say we need, you know, uh, we need a query where we have to first fetch order number, then probably order date, product code, customer ID, and then join this table back to the customer table and the product table to pull the product details and the customer details. Correct? Yeah. And then we have to aggregate it. So to achieve this solution, we have business logics to do that. And then we have to write some case statement also. Yeah. So case, you know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just like
Yes.
if you know that if conditions, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Similarly, we need to write the case statement also. So in that scenario, what will happen? If we write this query many times, it will take time and unnecessarily you are wasting your time. So better you can write a virtual table with the same business logics and save it, yeah, inside the view folder. And whenever you need it, you can just pull. If you further need some more logics, you can write the logics and pull as per your requirement. Pull the data as per your requirement, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's create a simple view. Yeah. So I'm just going to inside the new SQL query. Okay. And okay, I will just do one thing here. What column we have, just understand it first, and then we can say that. Okay, so we need order number, we need order date, we need product code. So first you write the simple query. Okay, so let's write the simple query here. Select. We need order number. Okay. Then we need order date. We also have product code and customer ID. Okay, same way. Okay. And we need quantity ordered. So is that the correct spelling? Let me just see that. Quantity ordered, correct? Okay. And we also need the sales amount. Let's pull all the column from there because we do not have much column there. Yeah. And then we can create the scenario, right? Okay. So come on. Here we have price each, then we have order line number. That is not required. We can just have a sales. Okay, so price each. Okay, so this is a simple query as of now. Oh, price is okay. And now from we have a schema called sales fact. Yeah. Then we have a table called sales. So it's a very simple query. If you run this query as of now, it will show you the required column, whatever you have just first from there. Okay. And now let's say I have not created any join or something like that. Yeah. So now what I need this query should also have the product details and should also have the customer details, just like customer name and product name, something like that. Okay. We should also do something like that. So in order to pull the details from the dimension table, we need to join this table with the dimension table. So whenever you are joining the table, always give the alias to the table name so that you don't have to write the full table name every time, each time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because many times we have a long name of the table, right? It depends on the requirement how this table was created and for what. Yeah. So what I will do, I will say as let's say it's SL, right? This
Mm-hmm.
sales for just mention as a sales, well. And then join it. So because it is just like a VLOOKUP, right? We are just joining. I need the whole data from this query and then the required data from the other query, other table. Yeah. So I need the full data from this table, this sales table, and the required data from the other table. So we need which join you will use here.
So basically, left join.
Correct. So left join or left outer join, you can use it. Yeah. And whenever you give the name, please give the full name, right? Schema, then table name. And this time I'm going to use the dim customer as CS. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, okay, if you do, when you do it, you have to give on which column you want to join the table. So here we have SL dot customer ID that should be equals to CS dot customer ID. Okay. So that is our first join, which we have done. Now we also need a second join, left join. This time we need sales fact dot dim product as PD and on SL, sorry, SL dot product code should be equals to PD dot
Correct.
product code, right? Okay. Now, as we have already joined it, right? So what we need here, I'm just writing a simple query, then we will save it as a view, right?
Okay.
So let create it as a little bit complex, right? So I'm just going to give some more condition here. Okay, who else joined? So hi Shubham, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so the first thing which we need is the customer name, right? So because we have already given the areas to the table name, so whatever you are pulling from which table, you have to define it here also. Otherwise, what will happen? Let's say for customer ID, okay, I have customer ID in sales table. I have customer ID in CS table also, right? CS means dim customer, or you can say DS or CS, whatever name suits you. You can just take that. So if I just type like the customer, let me just show you. CS dot customer name, just understand it, okay? Most of the time, this query will give you the error. Can you tell me what is the error there?
Ambiguous.
Exactly. Why? Because we have the same column in both the tables, right? So, yeah. So to overcome on this situation, we need to write or type the areas as well with the column name. Yeah, it is not, let me just show you something. Maybe I can just show you something to make you understand. If you see, it says ambiguous column name product code. Why? Because we have product code column in both the table. Again, it says for customer ID as well. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
it is not able, or SQL engine not able to understand which column has to be fetched from which table. Correct? So many of the times in the real-time scenario, many of the times we have almost same column or exactly same column in both the tables. So better you can start typing here, right? So just copy and paste here. So whatever column is coming from which table, you just have to mention there, right? Now price is, it is also coming from there, and then this one. Okay, sorry. Whatever. Okay. Now if I run this code, it will not show the error. Yeah, that's great. It's running. So if you see here, it shows me customer name. So that's, it is also important to have the proper place of the column. So as I'm just showing you that how we can pull it. But if I'm writing this query in my organization, I always write this query like this. So the customer ID and the customer name should be placed side by side. Yeah, to make it more readable. It is not technically we are doing something. It is just for readable, right? Readiness purpose. Correct. Same way, go for here. If I just say, so pd dot product line, it says product line. But if you want to again alias it, you can say product code. Okay. So I will say product, sorry, not product code, it's a name, right? Okay. Whenever you are doing it, generally the correct way is to type the code is to have the column inside the square bracket. This is the correct way to type the column name. But if you do not use the square bracket, it's okay. It will work, right? And also, you can give the column name like this as well. So it will work. Yeah, there is no any error or no any issue with the code. However, why it is important? Sometimes we also have the column name like value, right? Like key, yeah, like start, like end, like date. So these names are also registered with the system. So whenever engine is working, it's or query is being processed, it will check whether, okay, it will check that, okay, there is a column called value, right? And value is also a keyword. So maybe it will confuse on that. So better you can place the column name in a proper format. Nitesh, any question on this?
No, sir.
Okay, so what we have done till now, okay, let me just also do one thing. We also need column called, sorry, this is not product code. This should be pd dot MSRP, right? Okay. Yes. Okay, now we have all the details. Now let's say that we need to say, okay, we need a condition, and I can, okay, let me just do one thing. Let me just also open the Excel file so we can create the scenario on that. Okay, so we have product name that is called, classic car, motorcycle, planes, ship, trains. We have those names, right? Okay. And we also have country here. Okay. So what I need here, I need to multiply this quantity ordered to price is. So that would be our cost, right? Yeah. So if I say, okay, we have sold 30 units on this price. So should it come to the sales price? No. Let me just do one thing. Let me just do a simple math here. If I just multiply this one to this one, okay, that is the same, right? So it's not including the profit, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, so can I do one thing? Okay, so here we have 95 and here we have 95.7. Okay, so why it is reduced here? Okay, no worry. So can we do one thing? I just wanted to have a simple case statement, and that case statement can be, let's create a case statement on, I just wanted to have some sales. Okay, so this is the sales and this is the quantity. Can I create a total sales for the quantity ordered, right? This is the sales, but this is sales for the 30 product, right? For this product, we have 30 units that was sold on this price, and here we have the sales amount. I just wanted to have the profit column there. Can we derive profit columns from somewhere? Okay, let's say that we need 10% increment on this sales amount, and then we will say net sales amount. Okay, something like that. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, come on, let's go there and create a simple. Okay, but I wanted to create a case statement. Let's have just derive this column, and then we will create a case statement on the categories, or maybe country or something like that. Uh, should be 10%. Yeah,
Yes.
correct. Okay, then we need a case statement, and case statement would be, do we have country here? No, we have country inside the customer table, right? In the sales, we do not have the country. We have country inside the customer. So let me just open the customer as well. Okay, so we have country, and we also have. Okay, so let's have the country, and that country we can select. Okay. Okay, so I'm writing a case statement here. I'm saying when CS dot what is that? Why? Let's say USA. There are
Mhm.
USA, right? Then say it's a premium customer, right? Okay, what should I say then? Standard? Anything else?
And
Oh, sorry. We have country here, right? Okay, so let's say that any other country we can just pick up. We also have Angola. What is the country here? Italy. Let's see. Okay, Finland. Okay, so let's say we have. Let me just take that from there. Okay, can I copy it? Just let me copy. That is possible. Okay, so just created a simple, case statement, hypothetical. Okay,
mm,
yeah. So now, versus the multi-part identifier s1.sales could not be bound. Why? Okay, it is not bonding because it is just taking uh, okay, what do you use here? If I multiply something here, what is the problem here? Ritesh,
Maybe you have to give a new column name.
no.
so I say again. So I say again. See,
So maybe new column name you have to give
uh, no, it is correct, right? Or
because sales is already there and
yes, it will say, a unknown column, right? Correct. So what we can do here, we can alias like let's say profit, right?
yeah,
Let's see that. Why not taking that? Is that the issue? Let me just see that. Sometimes format can matter, but huh? Okay, can I do one thing? Let me just try because sometimes it happens that maybe because of type mismatch, it is not able to do that. Let me just see it. No, that is not a question, right? Uh, what is happening? It is not able to bound to the table generally, right? So S1 also is written correctly. Okay. Why showing? Because we are using, sorry, S1 dot sales, right? And it was working right earlier. If I just remove this column, let me just remove this column and just see. Now it's working. So it's picking up the sales column, right? Then why not able to multiply it? Sorry, this is SL. Is it S1? Let me just see that. Oh, guys, my bad. It is SL, right? We have written S1, right? Nitesh, you also have not, recognized it, right? Okay, anyhow, no, sometimes it happens that when we are writing it, the L and 1 looks same, right? Yeah, correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now what we have done, we have just created a simple case statement, and also we have derived a new column as a customer segment. Now let's assume that every time, every time when you need it, what you have to do, you have to write the whole query. And this is just an example. It can be a complex query, correct? Yeah. So what we should do, we should save this code as a virtual table. And it can be also a combination of CTE as well. Yeah. So generally what we can do, we can just write here, create or alter view. This is a view. See, if you write only create, right, what will happen if you modify something in the code, it will again try to create the whole thing. Correct. So what I'm trying to do it here, I'm trying to say that, okay, if it is not created, create it, or if it is created, alter it. Correct. And give the name just like v underscore, and let's say it's a sales by, we are getting, let's say, product, right? Yeah, and say as. Okay. Now, so it will be saved as a view. Now it will not show you anything here because it is just saved as a view. So if I just go here inside the sales fact, then inside the view, it should be there, right? If it is not showing you, we can just try one thing. Sorry, let me just refresh the schema. Guys, the problem is that we forgot to give the schema name. So what happened? It has created inside the DBO. So if you go here and you will see it will be there. Can you see here? Yeah, it is there. So please do not forget to give the schema. Yeah. Sales. Top. Okay. Now I will create again. So it will be there inside the. Okay. I will drop it. Yeah. Later we can drop it. Correct. So we'll drop it later. Okay. Now, further, you know how to create a CTE, correct? So you can place this entire code inside a CTE and then you can further create the logic. So let's say that we have first all the details. So you can just show see here. Let me just rerun the query. Now, if you see, we have all these columns. Let's say that we need to, because this view says sales by product. So we need to group by product name. Yeah. The sales and the profit. So total sales, total profit for the product, for the each product, for the each of the order day. So we need column order date, we need column product name, we need column sales and profit. Nitesh, are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
So what we need here? We need to place this entire code into CTE. Correct?
Yes.
How you do it?
We'll
Nitesh?
start with
Yes. So with then
Name.
CTE name.
Name.
So let's
Yeah.
say base. Yeah. Then
Yeah. As
as
then whole code.
then
bracket.
we need to block this code inside the bracket, right? So what will happen? It will create a simple common table expression, right? Name with the base. Now we can proceed further to write our logic. So, okay, this time you will tell me what should I write? Say, yeah, this, what I need.
Select any column
Yeah, so
from
first we need order date, then we need product name, correct? Then what else? Tell me.
product ID.
Why do we need product ID? We already have the product. See, our requirement is to create a view which can give us total sales and total profit for each of the product for each order date. So
Okay.
it's simple. We need order date, we need product code, right? Product name. We just wanted to see.
Sum of sales.
Yeah. So we just wanted to see. Okay, what is that? Okay, we wanted to see that what is the total sales and what is the total profit for each of the product, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will also create the product ordered month as well because this order date is raw, right? And if you want to summarize it, you can also create the ordered month as well. Yeah. Okay. So let's say we need sum, right? So we need sum of sales, correct? As total sales. Then we need sum of
Profit.
as
Total profit.
now from where?
Base.
Correct. Yeah. Then we need
Group by.
group by on which column?
Order date and
Correct.
order date and product name.
Yeah. Is it clear?
Yeah. Done.
Okay. Can we do one thing? I'm just making this as a comment as of now so that we can see our output, right? Okay, so can you see here? It shows me order date, product name, total sales, and total profit. Now, if you want to add the ordered month, what will you do?
We can date part the order date using date part.
Okay, so that what will happen? Then we will be having only the month. So guys, always remember whenever you are creating the month column, it should not be a text column. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, what will happen when you are consuming it inside the Power BI? It will consider again as a text and you will not be able to sort it there. Getting point? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So always take either first day of the month or last day of the month. And then you can format it inside the Power BI as a MMM hash MMM hash YYYY. Yeah. So it will be formatted there for the visualization purpose. Correct? Yeah. So if I say, okay,
Yes, sir.
you need a first day of the month. So how you create that first day of the month? There are two ways to create the first day of the month of order day. Shubham, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm speaking.
Okay. Any idea?
I haven't used it before, sir. I don't know what's it.
Okay. No worry. You will do it. Nitesh?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nitesh or Shubham? Who is speaking?
Nitesh.
Yeah, Nitesh.
Yes,
So,
sir.
okay. So what should we do? There are two ways to create the first day of the month and the last day of the month.
Sir, we can use the date format.
See, I do not want to use the format, right? Because what will happen, it will create a text column.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are sorting the text column, it will
Mm-hmm.
always sort
Maybe,
from
sir.
A to Z.
Date truncate. Date trunk.
No, sorry, say again. I'm sorry, I think missed it.
Date trunk.
Okay, so it will truncate the date, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it will be the first day of the month.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are also other way to, okay, if I say the last day of the month, easy, man, easy. EO month, right?
EO
There is a
month.
function called
Yeah.
EO month. You can use it over order date, and then you have to give which month you want to which month you want to know the last day of the month, so that it will return the last date of the month. So generally not a date, it's a date, but we say day, right? So 31st or 30, whatever the last day of the month, it will return that, so it will return full date. Yeah. So if I say, okay, for the same month, then 0. If you want to return the previous month last day, then +1, sorry, -1. And if you want next month, then +1. Okay. And you can take whatever you want. Just let's, okay, I want to see 12 months back, the last day of the month. So you can just take -12. So it will go 12 months back and then take the last day of that month. Correct? As of now, we need only for this one. Or if you want, you can just say month, right? Ordered month. You can also say like that. But you also need this column to be the part of group by. Otherwise, it will not work. Let me just show you. So it's working. Okay. So sometimes it happens that it will say you that it is not a part of group by, right? So in that case, you also have to give this part here, right? Here as well. Getting point? Yeah. So if it is not giving error, that's okay. Otherwise, you have to make it a part. Whatever column is coming here as a group by column, this should also be part of group by. Right? Otherwise, it will generate the problem or issues. Yeah. Clear, guys? Now this is, if you see, this column is now as a date, right? Whenever you need to format it inside the Power BI, you can easily format it. Clear? Now you can save this entire code as a view. Now it is saved. Further, you can use it as a directly inside the Power BI, or if you need further logic on this enterprise view. Why we have created this view? So that we do not write the same query again and again, and also this view can be reusable for many people of the organization. Nitesh, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, if you need, you can directly use it. So if I just, okay, say, okay, select product name. What is it? Name? Total sales. Sales from sales fact dot v. See, it's showing me, right? Okay. And if you further want to give the where clause, you can also give that. Where total sales is greater than, let's say, 15,000, right? Whatever condition you want to give, you can also give the same condition. Yeah, can see. It's just returning the required data. Though it has the whole data, whatever we have created, now it is returning the required data. You can also, add the where clause condition, like, let's say, product name, like, no, whenever you need something which should be matched, just like, if you see here, it shows us buses, trucks and buses also, motorcycles also, cars. Okay, so let's say we only need the cars details, right? So say like, okay, and then we are using the wildcard here. So wildcard, okay, I'm just saying, okay, that before the car words can be anything, but the last should be the cars, this way. So it will only return the cars details. If you see here, we have just seen only cars, right? So no other data. Yeah, getting, guys? So clear?
Yes, sir.
So Nitesh, now you are able to create the views. How you create the views?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you also have seen that how we have created the city. It is not only one city. Many of the times we have to create many cities, and you can use these cities are actually isolated. So if I just say about the base, right, it is isolated. So you can create different city here, just say comma, and let's say another name, let's say profit calc as, right? Now you can create a different city here, and you can use both the city in a different way. You can also combine them with the joins, or you can pull only required data from there and then use your business logics and do the calculation further. Yeah, correct? Clear? Any question till now? So whenever you need to write something which can be reusable, right? It's simple to write the views. However, views always give you it is a select query, right? It is just a select query. Correct? Clear? Shubham, any question?
No, sir. All clear.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just do one thing. I'm just going to here, right? Guys, SQL generally is a base, right? So whenever you are working as a data engineer or as a data analyst or data architect, you need SQL. So because SQL is something which will be helping you to pull the data or to write the queries, write the tables, views, automate the things. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a program, or you can say a simple store procedures. So what it does, you can call multiple SQL statements there. I mean to say the view, you can call the views there, yeah, or different queries there. Correct?
So what is the basically the difference between these two, as means view and SP?
Okay, so views can have only single output, right? I mean to say single requirement output. So let's say that, okay, you have a view that is returning the sales by product. Correct? You can also have a different view that can return the sales by customer as well.
Mhm.
And you have written a, let's say, a query which actually create or alter table or views many times. Yeah, you are inserting the data into the table. Okay, so you are doing this things step by step, just like in pipeline, you're doing the things step by step, correct? So in the store procedures, you can use multiple views or the queries to run one by one. Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me just create a simple store procedure for you. So let's say create procedure. Okay. Then I will say sales. Give always schema. Otherwise, it will create inside the DBO, right? So let's say okay. We always use these type of areas like v underscore t underscore or sp underscore. That is for the readable, or you can say whenever somebody read it or somebody see it, that person can easily identify, okay, it's a stored procedure, it's a view, or it's a a table, something like that, right? So always use that. So sp underscore, let's say let's say top product, right? Or sales by top product or something like that. Okay. So say sales. Okay. Then say S. Then we need to begin it, right? Because procedure, it's a procedure. So we have to begin the procedures. Begin means starting point. Correct? Now further we need to write you can write the entire query here also. Yeah. So generally, let me just do one thing. Select, let's say top 10. Okay, top 10 will be okay. Product name. Then we need aggregation on that. So let's say sum of, sorry, total. That is column, right? Total sales, right? As you can again give the total sales as well. No worry. Okay, so we just wanted to group it on the product name, correct? Then probably we can say, okay, let me just also sort it, right? So order by total sales, and should be descending, right? This time, because we just wanted to see the top to bottom layer. I mean, I said the topmost product, which is having the most sales. Yeah. And this is the end of this query. And then we need to end the process also. Okay, so let's try it. Invert column in product. Oh, sorry. From, sorry. Sometimes it's not, it shows, sometimes it does not. So, okay. Okay, so we have created a simple store procedures. Now, how you call it, right? So it is just a procedure. So you just need to call it. How you call it? So for calling, let me just have another query here. You can write down to that and select it, only call it. But let me just show you. So there is a statement called execute statement. So just use X, C, and then the schema, and then SP. If you see, it's showing me directly that, and you can just run it. Now see, it's returning the data, right? You see.
Hello, sir.
Yep. Swan.
Sir, can you explain from the beginning? I missed some part.
Okay. So what is
Procedure,
happening? Yeah.
procedure only.
Yeah. I'm just explaining it again. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is happening? We have created the views, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we want to run this store procedures, or you can say we want to run another statement on the view which we have created to see the top 10 product name. We can simply write a query. It is just a query. If you see here, it is just a query, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we are just simply writing a query here.
So what is procedure?
So procedure is a program. We have just created a program where we are saying,
It's
okay,
like a view
call
or
this.
it is something else?
I'm sorry, say again.
It is similar to the view or it is something else?
See, inside the view, we create the business logics. right?
Yes,
Inside
sir.
the view, we write the query. Maybe we create the CTE there. Yeah, we write the query. We create the business logics there, right? Once it is created, now to execute, the view or the other queries many times, right? I mean to say, we need more statements to write to execute one by one. Yeah. So let's say you are pulling something from this view, and then you need to pull something from other view. Then you need to do something else. So you have 3 or 4 different steps which you want to run one by one. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you can write the store procedures for that. So procedure is nothing, it's a program. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So how you write the procedure? It's a very simple. Yeah. Yeah. You can just uh, begin it and end it.
Yes.
So you can start, begin, and you can start and sorry, you have to end it. In between that, you can call your queries. So let me just give you an example. Maybe I can just give you an example here. So let's say that okay, we have first what we have done. We have created a simple query statement right here. So let me just do one thing. Let me just give a statement here, right? Uh, select top 10 product. Sorry, top 10 sales. We can say sales, right? Or top 10 product, top 10 products and sales. Their sales. Okay, this is the first requirement. Now say I need another requirement from the same view. Okay, let's do one thing. I will just do one thing here, then I will proceed. Okay, so this is the view which we have created, and that was returning sales by product. Let me just modify it as sales by customer. I'm just replicating it. I'm not modifying the previous view. That will be same as is. I'm just creating a new view instead that says V sales by customer. Now, by grouping, when we are grouping it, right? So here, just try to understand. This base is actually returning me. Let me show you what is returning. Then I will show you again something. Okay, I'm just selecting this part and running it. So it will return me all the details like customer ID, customer name, yeah, a country, everything. So let's say that I want sales by customer for each of the order date. Yeah. So here, while taking the product name, I'm taking here customer name. Okay. And rest will be same. Just see here. So what it will do, now it will show me the sales for each customer for each day. Nitesh, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now see here. Order date, order month. Now we do not have the product name. We have customer name here instead. Total sales and the total profit for each of the customer. Correct? Yeah. So now we can run the whole view. Okay, I'm going back to my procedure here. So earlier what we have done, in the first step, we have chosen top 10 product. Now I want to see the top 10 customer as well. So let's say that we also have the query, the second query. which is actually giving me the top 10 customer name. And this time the view is actually by customer. That was the name, the customer. V sales by customer. V sales by customer. Yeah. Let's run it. Okay, so it will create the problem. So let's say, okay, create or alter. Can I just do it here? Okay, now so my procedure actually has two queries. One is for the product and the second one is for customer. Yeah. So let's try to execute it. Okay, it is showing me only the second one. Okay, because it's a fabric and fabric actually shows the last result. Okay. So that is actually the limitation of fabric. If we do the same thing inside the
Sir, can we see inside the drop down of result one? Maybe near
here.
the copy. No, near the copy.
Okay. Yeah, that can be. Yeah, that can be. Sorry. Yeah, it is showing here. I'm sorry. So now you can see we have two results, right? One is showing us the product sales and second one is showing us the customer sales. Did you get it? Why we are creating the store procedures?
Sir, yes.
Generally, no, we do not create the store procedures for these steps. We create the store procedures for ingesting the data most of the time. Getting point. Let's say that every time now I have data that has to be ingested in a new table. Yeah, and probably it is not only single table. We have multiple tables where we have to first filter the data from the main staging data. Let's say that data is coming from the lake house into the warehouse, right? Staging table. And then from the staging table where we have the whole the data, we need to segregate the data into different tables. So you create the store procedures inside the store procedures, inside the store procedures, you create different block of the codes similar to this, right? And then here you insert the data into the required table post filtration. Yeah. So insert into table, maybe as select star from that table where this condition. So it will just filter out the data and insert that data into the required tables. Are you getting this, Nitesh, what I'm trying to say here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
So to create the store procedure is to just orchestrating the steps. Yeah, one by one. So we need this action to be performed first, and then we need another action to be performed second, and then we need third action to be performed third, like something like that. When to say we have 5 or 6 requirement, and for those 5, 6 requirement, either we have to write the query each time, or you can simply create the stored procedures and just execute it. You can also call the stored procedures inside the pipeline as well, and you can execute there while creating the tables in the warehouse or ingesting the data inside the tables, not the creating, you can say ingesting the data, right? Making sense or not?
Yes, sir.
So if you have multiple queries or multiple tasks to do at the same time, then you can create the program or stored procedures. And if you need to only pull the data from already built business logics inside the view, you can directly pull the data from the views. So view is something where you have the required output, right? So if you run the query on the view, it will just give you a one required output. But if you need multiple tasks to be done at the same time, then you can create the program or procedures. Clear? Shubham?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just consider myself as an interviewer and ask you a simple question. Shubham, tell me what is the difference between view and store procedures?
Sir, view where we have the where we create views for long queries so that we can execute the required things from the view directly. And procedure is something if we have to uh, like we have to derive something in single line, so we can write procedure as well.
So we can contain one or more SQL logic inside the store procedure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we can create multiple, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, so that was the procedure, but that was a simple procedure, right? I mean to
Yes.
say we have not uh, given any type of condition there. Yeah. So let's say that okay, I have a store procedure here, right? And what I need to give a parameter there. Do you understand parameter? Just a condition when understand. Just a condition we want to give, or we want to pull the data, or we want to run this query, whatever we have created here, yeah, here on the basis of something, right? Yeah. So if you see here, okay. So let's me do one thing. I will just show something, then I will make you understand. Where is that? Okay, so I'm just defining a variable here. Sorry, not defining, declaring a variable here. Let's say, what was that? Product name. PROD. Mm, This is already there. Okay, just let me just think it. Let's say product only, right? Just make activity. Okay. And then what we want to say, uh, like where product name was to product. Let's see if it does not generate any error. Okay, and the word is product, right? So let's see that I want to run this on the basis of at the rate uh, SHIPS ships. Can you see? It just written for only query one, right? It just written only ships sales. Here it is showing me everything, but here it's just showing me only ship sales. So what we have done, we have just passed the parameter here that it should only run the product. There is a variable here. Here we have just declared this variable here. It should take that value inside this variable, and wherever I have used it, it should only run that one. This is an example, right? Is it clear? Any question on that? Hitesh?
No, sir, I don't have. It's,
Yeah.
it's a little complicated, but practice need practice.
Yeah, see, generally I cannot say it's much complicated. See, complication always exists when you create the complex logic, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we are not getting the logic. We are just trying to understand that, okay, we can also pass the parameter. We can also pass, okay, just say, okay, we have, if we just run this one, right? Okay, because it's a parameter, so it is asking for the parameter, right? So you have to pass the parameter. So I'm just saying that, let's say that you have the whole thing, but the requirement is to filter the specific query or a specific data on a specific requirement, right? So I have everything that all the products and their sales, but my requirement is to see only sales only for ships or motorcycle or cars. Do we have cars there?
Yes.
No, we don't. But earlier we had that, right?
Yes, sir. You use
Okay,
a
that is top 10. Oh, sorry. That is top 10 because understand that the store procedure is actually showing you only top 10, right? So inside top 10, car is not there. There is a motorcycle, if you remember. How? Okay, let me just do one thing. Just for you, I will just run this one. How? Okay. In that case, I can just do this one. Cycles. Okay. So we have cars, but we do not have, only cars. It just says classic car, vintage car, motorcycle, something like that. Okay, so we have motorcycles. Okay, let's type S. Now, see. Yeah. So it is just, on the requirement that, okay, we need to run this store procedures on the basis of this parameter. But you have to remember that we have also given the parameter, right? It is just like where clause, right? We are just pulling the data with the where clause, nothing else. But it's a program, so we have to pass the value inside the program to filter it out. Clear? So, any question?
No, sir. Clear.
Okay. Nitesh,
No, sir.
no further question? Okay, guys. So we understood how to create the store procedures. We understood how to create the views. We understood how to create the cities inside the views, right? Guys, all these requirements are actually the real-time requirements. We use it, right? So in my organization, I generally use store procedures to ingest the data. These type of activities, when we are working on the data as a data engineer, then we do not need the output of the data. Yeah, we have to work on the data instead. So most of the cases we are pushing the data inside a table with required filters. And then And also it is not only single case. We have multiple tables where we have to store the data. And that would be the filtered data. So in that case, we create the stored procedures. But you understood, right? How you can use it? Guys,
Yes, sir.
clear? Okay. So now we are moving to the last section of this SQL part is the SQL functions. Do you know functions?
So,
Yeah. Do you know functions?
yes, sir. Yes. Aggregate functions, text function.
Yeah,
Something like
we have many functions, right?
yeah.
You also have the function inside Excel as well, Power BI. Yeah.
Mhm.
So what is happening? And why you create the functions? The very first question. Why you create the functions?
To retrieve the data as per our requirement.
Okay, but always remember, you can also retrieve the data as per requirement from the simple SQL query as well. Yeah. So
No.
functions actually being created
To
for the reusable purpose. Just understand. If I go back to the Excel, or if you have worked on the Excel, or if you are working on the Power BI, there is a calculate function, right?
mhm.
So is that only single requirement you are using calculate function or multiple? Or any of the requirement you can use there? Are you getting my question? The question is, the calculate function is being used widely, right? So,
Yes.
so is that only single requirement? You are using the calculate function, or you have used calculate function in multiple of the requirements?
Multiple of the.
Yeah, sometimes you are using the calculate function to see the data on the filter of the date, maybe
Mhm.
sometimes on the product, sometimes on the customer. Yeah. So many cases, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So why? Why you have created the calculate function? So that you can use this function in many of the requirements, right? So requirement can be anything. So function is being created as a reusable code to serve our purpose, right? In many ways. So it is not only you. When you create the function, it can be used by other people also.
Yeah.
So there are generally, if I categorize the function, there are two type of function. One is built-in and second one is user-defined. Correct? So
Mhm.
built-in, you know the window functions, you know the rank function, you know the you know the row number function, you know the lag, you know the lead, right? There are many functions, sum, count, correct, average. You know the functions. All those are built-in functions. Now, when we come to the user-defined function, that has to be created by the user. That means the developer. We are, right? Still, we have two type of function. One is scalar function that actually returns only single value, and second one is table. That is called table valued function. I can say, yeah. So that actually returns the whole table as a return. Guys, function is something which actually work on the logic and returns a value. If any of the function is not returning the value, it is not a function. It's a simple procedure. It's just doing the task. Just understand one thing. I'm just opening the word here to make you understand. Come on, where's my word, man? I've just opened it. Okay. Okay, so if I just say you 2 plus 2 equals to 4. This is what? This is calculation. return, sorry, return. Huh? Correct. So what we are doing here, we are just simply using the expression and calculating it and returning a result. This is the result, right? Correct. So am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now just say that, okay, every time you need to do this calculation,
Hmm.
and that calculation can be a complex calculation that takes many of the lines. So you encapsulate all these steps into a function. So function is nothing, it's a set of instructions to perform a calculation and then return a value. Is that clear? The definition of function? It can be two types anywhere, right? It can be two types. One is built in, like sum, average, and second can be UDF, that is called user defined function, right? And here in SQL, we also have two types. One is scalar. Scalar means single value, just like this. This is 4, this is scalar, right? And then second one is table valued. Yeah. So it returns a whole table, whereas it returns only single value. Nitesh, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Shubham?
Yes, sir.
So whenever a function or instructions or group of instructions or group of code is not returning anything, it's just performing a task, that is called procedure. Now let me just do them. Procedure, procedure function, right? So it does a task. It returns. Let me just one. It return a value. This is a difference, right? I hope you got it. Any question on this? Yes.
Sir, no, sir.
Are you able to define it? I mean to say, if someone asks you what is the difference of procedure and the function, would you able to define it? So, are you able to define it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me how you are going to deliver it. If I ask you, I have a requirement
Yes, sir.
where I need something which can give me the result of the calculation, and I need to write a code for the same requirement every time. What should I create? Procedure or
Sir,
function?
then we have to go for view because view can give us the result.
Okay.
By creating view, we can get the output and table output.
Okay. But we just need a calculation, right? We just need a result of calculation. Why do we need the view then?
Because we want output.
We need the output as a result of a calculation.
Okay. As a
Okay.
result,
Yes. Okay, just understand.
mm,
When you type sum of total sales, what it returns?
it's just sum of the total sales.
Then why you write the view? Do you think that you will write the view for some of the totals?
No, sir.
Yeah, you just need a function, right?
Function. Yeah.
Yeah. And whenever you need to perform a task,
Yeah. Yeah.
tasks which can have multiple subtasks, just like
Mm,
one query, then other query, then other query, then other query. Yeah. So then you create the procedures. Clear? Nitesh?
हेलो यस सॉरी सर फोन आ गया था
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Is it done now?
यस
Should we proceed?
यस यस
Okay. So guys, just understand when you create the view, when you create the procedure, when you create the function. Just give me the answer in one line for each. When you create the view, Nitesh.
suppose when we have to create a business logic or
Okay.
like
Yeah, just say in single line. When we need to create a complex query with
Mhm.
business logics,
Yes,
and that should be reusable.
yes,
Correct? That should
yes.
be reusable. The
Mhm.
question is, we can also write the query. Then why we should save it as a view so that we can reuse it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
And when you create the procedure,
Procedure is to create when we want to store multiple SQL commands inside.
exactly, you can say, right? So when we have multiple tasks to perform
Yes,
at the same time, then we can create the procedure, right?
yes,
Yeah. You have multiple queries, you have multiple views, you have multiple logics, but you cannot go ahead and write the query, typing, executing the query one by one manually, right? You can just create the procedure. Inside procedure, you can orchestrate the queries or statements or views, right? Whatever. It will run one by one automatically. Correct?
Mhm.
And when you create the function,
When we want to return a single value or table.
yes, when we need to calculate something and return as a result, right?
Yes,
The function, basic property of the function is to return a result.
yeah.
It does not perform any task. It calculates something and return the result. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's create a simple function there. So, okay. Create function. Okay. And I will create function inside the sales fact. And then we will say fn. Fn stand for function, right? V underscore stand for views. SP underscore stands for store procedures. Fn underscore stands for function. So let's say okay, let's say that we need to return a revenue or sales category, something like that, right? So I will just say sales category, not revenue category. F1 sales category. Okay, then we will start it, and we have to give value here, right? So let's say, okay, I'm putting a sales value there. So the incoming value should be received by a variable, right? So here I have a variable called sales, and it will receive a value from just like parameter, right? When we are writing the execute X, store procedure, we are giving the parameter. Similar way, we are pushing the value here just like a parameter. So you can say parameter, not variable, you can say parameter. So let's say 10, 2. I'm just declaring it, and then returns. And now you have to give the data type. What should it return and which type? I'm going to say it will return whatever is coming, but what will be the type of the returns? So we are returning the category here. Remember, if you are returning something calculation, just say, okay, we are multiplying sales by something and the result will be also in decimal, then see, give here decimal. But because it's a category, so it should be varchar. Clear? Now, we are going to begin here. Okay. Now we are going to, we also need one more thing here. I will explain this. Let me just type first. Now we are saying, okay, when the sales variable or sales parameter has value less than, let's say 15,000, okay, greater than 15,000, then it should return, let's say high sales. Again, you can just copy it and paste it here, right? And let's say when it has 10, then say medium sales, MEDIO, medium. And when it's is greater than, it's greater than 5,000, let's say low sales, right? Okay. And you can also use else here, else, give the last, let's say no sales. Okay, this is a condition, and just AND it. We do not need to alias or something because we are not getting the column here. We are just ANDing it here, right? And AND this whole statement. And this is the part, right? This is our function part, this one. So it returning whatever is coming from this case statement. So it returns, and you have to also AND your function as well. So this is the block which is actually working for the calculation, and this whole thing is actually the function which is returning a variable, a value which will be as a varchar. Any question here? That is created now. Yeah, so if you go inside the function, you can see here, because we have just written only value, so it shows us as a scalar valued function. If you see here, FN sales category. Now, how you are going to use it? Hey, come on. Nitesh, is it clear till now? Just let me know first, and then we can proceed.
Yes, sir.
Shubham,
Yes,
anything
sir.
you want to ask here? Shubham, anything you want to ask here?
No, sir. Right now it's fine. It's good.
Okay. So let's say that, okay, I just need to use select product name. Then let's say sales. I'm just using only two columns, right? From sales fact dot v sales a product, right? Okay. So if I run only this query, what it will return?
Product name is.
Oh, sorry, there is a mistake. Oh, should be total sales, right? Okay, so it will return now product name and total sales. Now I need another column that should return me the category of the sales. So how we are going to use my function here? So we are saying, okay, to use the function, see, we also generally we can use directly, fn, but better way is to type the whole path, just like sales fact dot fn. Now you can see the function name, right? It's showing us function name because it's just referring to that. Now here it says, if you see, it says the syntax now, which we have created, right? Yeah, sales as decimal. So you can just pass the sales or total sales here, total sales, just like that. And just say as sales category. Now let's run it. Now, can you see here? Yes, can you see here? Yes, no? So, can you see here
Yes,
now?
sir. Yes, sir. It's categorized it.
Yeah. So, is that easy? It's
Yeah,
very
kind of
easy.
easy, but
See,
yeah.
guys, okay, please understand. The problem is not how we write the code. The problem is that how we're writing the business logics, right? We will never struggle with the format of the function. So if I just say, okay, I want to create the function, I know that how to write this line, create function, then probably function name. Then inside this, we have to declare the variables or parameters. So you can just use the comma and give the another parameter. You can also take the sales, comma, profit as well, right? Because it is just receiving. So when you are giving the sales, profit, or any other value, it should receive somewhere. So it is receiving inside this variable or this parameter, right? Which you will use further for the calculation. And then we are saying, okay, it should return a category because we are saying category, right? So it should return a text there, correct? The whole function will return a text. When it will be running, it will return a text, and that text will be high sales, medium sales, low sales. Then we are saying, okay, now start the function. And when you're saying start the function, it should return this statement, should return a result post the calculation or post the condition. And whatever is returning, this will be the type of that returns. Correct? And further, you can use it in a similar way. So if you want, you can also remove this part. Sorry. If I remove this one and run only this one, it should also work. But generally, when we have this, okay, no. So it's not running. In SSMS, it runs, but it is not running here, right? So probably we need to give the schema also because we have placed inside the schema. So if I remove this schema, what it does, it actually go back to the default schema, DBO, and then tries to find there this function, this FN sales category. And it is not there, so it returns the error. Correct? So better you can give the, schema also. So it will run, it will work, and it will show you the result. Is it clear, guys, till now? Any question, just let me know. No question, Nitesh?
No, sir.
Yeah, it's
No,
easy.
sir. Yeah, it needs practice a little bit.
Obviously, see, if I say to learn something, you need practice, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So just try to create three or four more functions, store procedure and functions, and also views. Yeah. Just create on your data, and it will
Hmm.
be easy. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now the last topic is to create the table valued function. This was the scalar valued function. Now we need table value because it's returning me only single value, and we want the whole table, right? So let's go ahead and create in a new SQL query. Create function. Okay. So let's say for the USA, we want to see the sales, right? Okay. Sales dot fn. Then say, let's say USA sales. Okay. Here, you do not have to mention the variable because we are not inputting here something, right? Sorry, one thing I just got it, forget it. Okay, that here. Returns table. Okay, so return the table as now. Okay, now inside this block, we will write our query here or logic here, right? Okay, so we are just saying select everything from sales fact dot. Okay, so you need. Okay, we have inside the view, right? So by customer, if I say by customer, right, what will happen? It will show me, okay, inside sales, we do not have, okay, we do not have country, right? There, do we have country there?
Yes, sir.
No, we do not have country there inside the sales, right? We have country inside the customer. Here we do not have the country, if you see. So we need the join statement there, correct? So select star from sales fact dot sales, let's say as SL. I will just say, don't confuse in S1 and SL. Yeah. Okay, so also need, let's do one thing. Let's make it like this. Select control. Okay. I'm going to join the table, right? Oh, sorry. Now given the condition here, right? Where that is country or customer country? Country. You see, oh, okay, that's it. Just do one thing. Just select this statement and run it. Okay. What's in? CS dot, can we have, okay, CS dot, it is a country there, okay. So should be country. Column sales fact dot dim customer. Dot country is invalid in the select list because it is not contained in either of the, okay. Okay, sorry guys. I'm not, you know, group it. And I just do one thing. And just bye. That should not be here. Oh, is it the correct way, guys?
So can we use having here? Having CS countries equal.
Yes, we can also use that. But you know, we have to group by, right? Because we are, you know, just doing the sum of cells.
Mm, group. So maybe we have to use the aggregate function in the CS dot country, like maybe max.
No, say again.
So in the CS dot country column, can we use any aggregate function? Maybe,
But that is text, right? The country name.
but we can use min max something.
For what? What do you want to achieve that?
Uh, it's say
Yeah,
no, it is not using any.
no,
Maybe
I'm just trying to see what is happening here. It
you
should
just
not go by here, right? Because group G or just a moment.
no, it will return.
What I'm trying to do it here, I'm just writing a query and then grouping it, right? COUNT,
T.
where's the man? Uh-uh. Don't we have USA there? Okay, we have United States there, right?
We can use like USA, United States of America. Is
Let's do it for India, right? Why we are, you know, making the complexity. Okay, let's have the India. Now it should run, right? Okay, now we have that, correct? So now let's close it. Sorry, close it and run it. Why it's showing error? It shows incorrect syntax near this one. That should run.
Because of the semicolon.
But semicolons should be there, right? It should end the statement, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that is not an issue, man. It should return the grouped value, and it's not returning them. What we have done incorrect here.
Comma.
Let me just do one thing. I'm just blocking this one. I'm just trying to understand if there's a problem with the group. No, that is no. That is okay. Does not show the error. Why it's showing me error? Because this is a very simple, right? Select. Okay, that is also use the comma there and then from cells. My query is okay because it's returning the result, right? When we are using running it separately. Without block, it will not work. If I just remove this. No. Oh, it's again giving the error. There's somewhere we have done incorrect things, right? That is correct. So that is okay. Okay, guys, I have to see it. Why it's showing error? Because everything looks correct. It is returning the result and it should return the table then. It should work. Why not working? Okay, guys, we are running behind the time. It's 9:10. Can we, hold on it and we will come back on this tomorrow in the tomorrow session.
Sir, uh,
Yeah,
can
then,
can't we
then
use the bracket, means the above one and the lower one?
so which one? Here,
This one, this block of code. We are using parentheses inside the.
this one and this one. You are saying about this, right?
Yeah.
So what should I do now?
Can we remove these brackets?
We have tried it, but it's still showing the same error, right? Can you see? Just showing for this. Either it is not taking this one because see there is some differences, while writing the codes in SSMS, but it will not give you then it shows the error. It should be there, right? There is some, limitations and there is some differences also when we're writing the codes in SSMS and when we're writing the codes in the Fabric SQL. So something is different. Let me just, go inside this issue and I will come back on this. Is it okay? Guys, say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I will just see why there is a problem. Okay. And I will tell you guys what is the problem in this code in the tomorrow session because we are all already running behind us time, right? It's 9:12 a.m. Yeah. So we
Okay,
will
sir.
again come back on this. Yeah, I will see closely why there is a problem, why it's returning the error, right? Okay. Is it okay, guys?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so see, everything looks correct as per my understanding. I have to see why there is a problem. Yeah, I will create another function as well and try to see that. Okay, again. So that's it for today's session. We'll see tomorrow in okay, in tomorrow's session, and we will start Power BI as well. We will just see why there is a problem with this and what is the fix of this. I will tell you, and then we will start Power BI. Yeah. Any question or any concern, guys? Anything you want to discuss before we wrap up for the day?
Oh, sir.
No? Okay, then I'm stopping the recording now.